Hey everybody, Jonathan Scott with Vegas Nonstop coming to you live from Amore Taste of Chicago for our Pizza and Podcast with our friend Dr. George Wallace.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon,
Mr. Las
everybody.
Vegas.
Yeah, when did they have the election to vote you Mr.
So
Las
new
Vegas?
Mr. Vegas. No,
Yeah.
I'm not Las Vegas. That's Wayne Newton. I'm the new Mr. Vegas.
Just
Oh,
Mr. Vegas,
no
no
Las.
Las.
Okay, got
And
it.
photojournalist Heather Vale Media.
Heather is my new best
.com.
friend, and we're having some fun. I think we're gonna have a little argument
How
later
come no
because
one's
We are.
got me
Something
blue
happened.
blockers?
We're going to start arguing about pizza. We're coming to you live
why
from
do you have any
Amore.
blue blockers for her?
Yeah, what up? I
Listen
have to
me.
do this
I
now?
love blue blocker. I love blue blocker, and I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna give you a pair of blue blockers so you can
You can
shut
have
the
mine.
hell
You can
up.
have mine.
No, so she can shut
I
the
wanted
hell
you
up.
to have, you can have mine. You can have
All
mine.
day long.
You can have mine.
No, but these
No,
ones
this
came
is
from
for
I
the-
got more. I got more.
These are for
Shout out to Joe. This is from George. He's regifting.
I'm gonna take my glasses back. I'm just for the show. Not now, it's for the show.
Yeah, it's for the shoot.
All
Jonathan.
right. So the first debate is what kind of pizza we should get. I got the Amore thin crust, sausage and pepperoni, but it's really a
It's
white
not
person.
true.
It's
It's
a white.
not true. This became a racist moment.
It's
Why
not-
do I take my
yeah.
glasses off? You put yours on. I put mine on. You take yours off. Listen, let me tell
Oh, I
you.
have to show this.
Because white people will order cheese, pizza,
racist, man.
just cheese. You can't
That's
order
me.
pizza, right?
Yeah.
You can't
Pizza
do that.
with just
I'm
cheese.
sorry
No,
about
I-
that.
no, I do
I'm
that.
not coming to your house Sunday for the Super Bowl.
I did not order you any cheese pizza.
Okay, but
You
this-
could peel it off because you're a peeler.
Would you
I'm
please?
not a peeler. Just ask for
Would
one
you
piece.
please? No, not one pizza. You hush over there. Who is she?
This is
Yeah,
Lala.
cheese.
This is
She's
Lala.
just, she's just visiting. You've got to put meat on the pizza.
But what if you don't
Sausage
eat
and pepperoni.
If you don't eat meat?
I'll eat your meat.
I'll eat your meat. So far, that's the phrase it pays today. I'll eat your meat.
One time, when I was a kid, I didn't know what I was saying. I was at the dinner table, and I said to my brother, "Eat me." I'm old school, so my mom gave me a backhand lick. I didn't know what that meant.
Yeah.
So who's gonna eat your meat?
Oh my
Who's
God.
gonna eat your meat? So anyway, we're here at Amore Taste in Chicago at the corner, not the corner, but on Flamingo between, on Durango.
Durango.
Flamingo and Twain. If you're in the neighborhood, come on by. Amore Taste in Chicago.
Is it hot in here?
It's just you.
It's just
It's
me.
freaking hot in here.
I have on a leather
So
jacket.
take
I feel
off
good.
all your clothes.
So
getting hot
it's
in here.
Super Bowl week. Yeah, like us and share us and like
I'm
us.
trying to do.
Yeah, try and
There
share
we
us
go.
if you can. And Dr. George Wallace, what's? I watched the movie you were in.
I watched the movie you were in.
The
Did you
last
see
lap?
The last
I
lap?
saw-
Yeah.
I watched that
You
little
should have
like
been the
2 days
star.
ago.
You should have been the star of the
I saw
movie
it 2 days ago. When did you see it?
last week.
I saw last
St.
week.
George of Texas.
I enjoyed it.
That was
I never got a script. They just called me in to do my lines, and I did it real
They
quick.
could've- you
They
could've
were
done your act.
extremely nice. Extremely nice. Don't say that. But
The check
I
cleared the
thought it
bank?
was
The
fun.
check cleared the bank?
The check
So we
cleared
can say whatever we want.
The check cleared 6 months ago.
That was
Yeah.
a cute little movie.
I thought it was nice, and it's no Netflix, that's all you
was.
could ask for, and it's a nice movie. You continue to watch it later on.
It's a buddy picture.
So,
It's safe to call it a buddy picture. It's about an older stand-up comic played by Richard Dreyfuss.
He did a fantastic
And
job. right?
and who is his
Chevy
friend?
Chase.
And Chevy Chase. Chevy
How
Chase.
could you forget
He's
that?
getting
I
old.
don't know. I
He
did a
forgets
movie with
these
Chevy
things.
Chase. I'm getting old, but it's right.
Also,
My birthday
Richard
did.
Klein was there. Richard Klein
love
was
Richard Klein.
was a
Yeah.
fantastic
I
boy.
love Richard Kind. He was from Second City in Chicago.
Really?
Yeah,
So he's
and
fantastic.
very Jewish, Richard
You see,
Kind.
he lived in New
He
York
was studying to
City.
be a rabbi at one point.
I think he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know Richard Kind.
Did you work with him?
I worked with him in Second City, and I was more friends with him than worked with him because him and Joel Murray and some of the Murray brothers all hung out. All the Second City people kind of hung out. We went to Zanies afterwards. And so on.
Okay, let me ask you another question. Let's get back to the pizza.
Yes.
What's the story with the square pizza? What is that? Who eats that? The square pizza.
Well, squares. But we're getting a round pizza that's cut square.
do you? It's cut. What did you say?
She's from
Who cares if
Canada.
it's
You
cut?
can't do that.
Who cares how it's cut?
There's a
Isn't
difference.
square cut better because then you get pieces without crust? That's good.
No, you want the crust.
Oh, you do? I don't want the crust.
You don't.
I don't
white
want the
people.
meat. I don't want the crust.
You white people.
Yeah. But the round pizza is really pizza. There's one more thing we got to talk about. that
Yes.
people are doing.
We gotta turn
And
down.
if you're in New York City, you cannot do it. If you're in New York City, you can't do it.
Hi there. We're gonna. You can bring it in.
Bring the food in.
Yeah, bring the food in. Can you turn the music down?
Yeah, I can turn it down a little bit. Not
Yeah,
too much.
you know we don't want to shut everybody down.
What
I'll
did
give
you
you
guys get?
$100 if you turn it all the way down. I guess you can do it now.
I'll
Huh?
give you $100 to turn it off.
These are delicious.
Oh, I didn't see those. Never in New York City you can't eat pizza with a fork. But I love eating pizza with a fork. I don't know about you guys.
I
Well,
do.
especially if there's no
I do.
crust on it, because if you cut it square, there's no crust. You have to eat it with a fork.
No,
Everybody says Ray's original in New York, but I like John's in the Village better.
There's so many good pizza places in New York City. If you just cook it and get it done, it's pretty much pizza.
Chicago pizza's better.
Not
For me,
necessarily.
for my taste,
Why?
stuffed pizza, the pan pizza, it's because
Does it Douay? Is it Douay?
Dewey's.
Oh,
There's Uno's and Dewey's. I like Dewey's better. And they're on the
Yeah,
same
yeah,
owner.
yeah.
It's a block away, but I think the water's
I
the
think
same.
did I
Everybody
live
says
in
it's the
Ontario?
water.
Are they on Ontario?
Ontario and Dearborn.
Yes, I used to live in Ontario, 411 Ontario.
You still have a Chicago number?
Yes, I did.
I changed over. I finally changed over to a Vegas 702
Why?
number.
Oh,
I still
yeah.
have my 630 Chicago number.
Okay.
But after living here for 10 years, I acquiesced.
No, we're trying to get. Yes,
If I can use the word acquiesced, I can't spell
you know,
it.
only heard that word like 10 years ago. My wardrobe assistant used the word. I can't even spell. Acquiesce, how do you spell it?
Acquiesce.
Yeah.
A-C.
That means you surrender and you give in.
I-E-S-C-E-D.
Oh my
Acquiesce.
God, you are really smart, honey. That's
Last
good.
week our word was
Don't tell anyone.
egregious. Egregious. Like
Egregious, yeah.
egregious building.
Egregious.
Yeah, egregious. What was the other word I had?
Spectacular.
No, well,
If
you're
you ever
talking
come
about
here,
breasts.
more of Chicago, the lovely Chicago food here, right here on Durango. This is really good. This is
You know like that?
a shrimp. It's a jumbo shrimp, and it has a little glaze
That's
on
an
it.
oxymoron if
A
I've
chili
ever heard one.
glaze, a jumbo shrimp.
What's the oxymoron? Which one?
Jumbo shrimp?
It's more than one of them. More than one of them would be an
It's a
oxymoron.
great big jumbo shrimp.
It's a jumbo. Anyway, we're having lunch with Dr. George Wallace. George appears at the Westgate Hotel and Casino on Paradise.
I
We
love it.
visited.
Things are getting
How
so
many
good.
nights? Huh?
I'm there Tuesday through Saturday. Tuesday through Saturday, and we're 8 o'clock. And it's wonderful. We're having lots of fun because if you can't laugh in Las Vegas, you can't laugh anywhere. And so much is happening in Vegas. It's just like the Super Bowl is this week. It might as well be in Vegas. There's many people here.
It should
You
be,
know what?
right?
There's more people here than there are in Atlanta at the Super Bowl. Because we get
You don't call Atlanta
200,000.
Atlanta anymore, though, do you? No, what do you call it?
Oh, Wakanda.
How's it Wakanda?
Wakanda.
I didn't know what you were talking about. This is
Wakanda.
Wakanda, Illinois. Did you
Okay.
see
No.
Black Panther, the movie?
Black Panther just voted for the SAG Awards #1 movie of the year.
Black Panther?
And because it was made in Wakanda. So like, it's kind of like, have you ever been to Africa? Have you ever been to Wakanda?
No.
You want, I'm gonna,
Canada.
well, I'm gonna tell you,
Yeah,
you from
from
Canada?
Canada, yeah.
I'm gonna tell you how to get to Africa. Called Delta Airlines. They fly,
Yeah, yeah, that's exactly what I was
I
going to say.
think
I know how to get there. You go to the
Delta
airport,
changed
you
their
fly.
slogan.
Yeah.
Delta, and they will fly you to Atlanta.
Delta
And
changed
that's-
their slogan, their advertising slogan, because they want to attract more black people.
Oh, I have been to Atlanta.
It used to be Delta is ready when you are. Delta is ready when you is.
See, now that's racist right there. That's racist.
That's
Wait a
racist.
second. He
That's
just
racist.
asked me if I've ever been to Atlanta, but I didn't get the question.
Have you ever been to Atlanta?
Yes, I have.
I said,
But that's not what
I
he
said,
said.
have you ever been to Africa?
I have not been to Africa. See, that's what I thought you
I've never been
said.
there.
Call Delta, they will fly you to Atlanta.
And
And
then-
you won't know the difference.
Oh, gotcha. gotcha.
You won't know the
All right.
difference. That's right. That's right. I've been to Buckhead.
I've
been thinking.
A lot of black people, that's the joke. A lot of black people.
Wakanda forever.
Rich black people. Good black people. Me, that's my hometown.
In Atlanta.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I like Buckhead.
I'm born and raised. That's why I live in Buckhead.
It is?
What's Buckhead?
If you ever go to Atlanta, don't
That
ever,
area.
when you get in the cab, don't ever mix up these two cities. Buckhead and Bankhead. Don't ever get those mixed up, okay?
Bankhead, Buckhead?
Mm-hmm.
What's Bankhead? Is that where MLK Drive is?
That's another section of Wakanda.
So basically, in Atlanta, they don't serve pizza without meat. Is that what you're telling us? Because there's no white person pizza.
So many black people in Atlanta. They got black Chinese restaurants.
Black Chinese
Yeah, they
restaurants.
got oxtail fried rice. It's crazy.
Oxtail fried rice. I love
I forgot
oxtail
about
soup.
that joke.
Where do you go for oxtail soup?
White people are starting to eat all the things. Y'all like 10 years behind us. Now we used to eat chicken wings years ago. Then white people caught on to it. Okay.
Yep.
Then we had so many different things. Now we got the oxtails. And white people get into that. We didn't do kale. Let me ask you, white guys. What happened to the kale thing?
I just my joke. I'd like to have the publicist for kale.
I like
The
kale.
publicist.
I like
Whoever
kale.
did the PR for kale. That's what I want to hire. The publicist.
Kale is down now, but white people eating.
Can you eat that stuff? Tastes like-
Avocado toast now.
Avocado toast. That's good.
That's the new thing.
Oh.
So it's only a few, every year you come up with something different, something new. So
Kale.
you're very rude, by the way. How could you order yourself a Pepsi Cola and don't ask us do we want anything?
We got a root beer.
I don't give a damn what it is. You could have said what you guys like.
George, one of those waters?
You want something to drink?
This is
I
one
like
that I didn't eat.
I'm at a pizza place, so I like a.
We got a pizza coming. Pizza's coming.
I like a root beer with pizza.
Yeah,
Is that right?
Yeah. Anyway, we're here at Amore Taste of Chicago on Durango.
We're really on the air. That's right. I'm so sorry. God bless you.
It's okay. Hey, everybody. So Super Bowl is coming up Sunday. Big week here in Las Vegas. And what we've got going on, we do a segment called Ladies Locker Room. And that's where we try and explain sports betting, sports wagering to women so they can pay attention a little bit.
That's pretty sexist.
Yeah, I'm
That is.
sexist, I'm racist. So I said, the first thing is, Heather, do you know what the spread is? And it's not something you do with your legs.
That is really,
The spread,
you're really wrong.
the spread when you're betting
Yes.
is the hometown advantage between the two teams.
Well, it's not always the hometown. If the
It's a
hometown...
handicap.
There you go.
Yeah.
See, did answer it. That's it. No, you go ahead and have the answer. I don't want it. You go ahead and have it.
That last laugh.
Eat it.
George had the last laugh. No,
Yeah,
the spread is
so
that it
I
doesn't
watched
have
that.
to be the home team. And if the home team is not favored, you know what they're called?
The losers?
No, home dogs.
Home dogs.
Home dog. The
I like
underdog
that.
would be a home dog. So you know what? And again, the over and under is not something you do in the bedroom.
It's not?
No, it could be.
I
I thought
mean,
this was-
why
I
not?
thought this was a
Wait,
sport.
we need a root beer for Dr. Wallace. Oh, you ordered it? Oh, Lala's
Okay, never mind.
Lala's
That's
already
it.
on the
Yeah.
game.
This is it. She's got it for me.
She's already got it.
His personal assistant right there.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Amore Taste of Chicago Pizza and Podcast with Dr. George Wallace, Heather Vale, photojournalist and blue blocker model.
Hello, everybody.
So we watched that movie. Well, I'm going to jump around
The
with
last
football.
laugh.
Who do you like? Do you like the Rams or do you like the Patriots?
I'm from Atlanta, so I like National League teams.
Yeah, so.
So that's
it'd
going to be the
Patriots.
Rams.
Oh, the Rams.
You
Now,
really don't know football that well.
Here's
do you?
I know. Here's how Heather bets on football. If it was a real Patriot versus a real Ram, who would win?
I think the Rams are going to win because they can. Those Rams with the horns.
That's
they
the logic.
They
A
can.
real Ram would beat a real Patriot.
Right? Don't you think so?
Well, that's true.
Well, it depends if you arm the Patriot with a gun, then he might have an advantage. But otherwise, naked, no
But the
weapons.
the Patriots do have that
If
gun.
you got
They
no
have a-
weapons-
Musket. They have a musket.
The Ram would win for sure.
All right. Well, that's Heather's logic.
Yeah.
All right. Here's some other terms. You know what an audible is? I
Yeah,
like
that's
those blue
when
blockers. Be ready for the beach.
that's when you yell at your husband, "Turn down the TV, damn it!"
That'd be an audible.
Let me tell you what an audible is. We're doing it now. My best friend is, most of my friends are married, and they have problems. You can't talk to them on the telephone less than 5 minutes, especially if they have kids. They just keep yelling out, "Put it down, put it down, put the gun down, put the gun down." So, and their wives, every time their wives come in, okay, here she comes, I gotta go. You ever experienced that? With all your all married friends, okay, here she comes.
Here she comes, I gotta go.
So my friend Seinfeld, we didn't want to say that in front of her, so we came up with an audible, just like Peyton Manning, and he says, "Omaha, Omaha, Omaha."
That means I gotta go.
Yeah,
Omaha means I
that
gotta
means
go.
she's coming.
Funny.
Yeah.
Funny. Omaha. Okay, how about Heather? What's a blitz?
A blitz?
Yeah.
That's when you have a lot of sex over the whole weekend and you kind of like fill
That's
every
it.
minute.
That's
with
right.
I like the way
sex.
she thinks.
got it.
I like the way she thinks.
Come on in. Come on. They keep, they keep
We're gonna
coming.
blitz this.
It's an
bedroom
unusual
right
number
now.
of defensive players, usually linebackers, going after the quarterback throwing the ball rather than staying in the backfield waiting to see where the quarterback throws it. A blitz is a high-risk, high-reward strategy for defenses.
Yes, and that works. Usually, it works a lot. If it doesn't, the offense is open.
How many Super Bowl rings do you have in your family? 7?
We have 7 Super Bowl rings in my family. My brother Steve Wallace, he played for the San Francisco 49ers. He has 3. My nephew is Money Tuma. He played for the New York Giants, and he has 2. And my other nephew is Bobby Hamilton, that played for the New York Patriots.
Wow.
So my family's kind of split in Atlanta right now.
So
But
why
since-
aren't those your favorite?
Atlanta.
Because I'm from Atlanta, I'm born and raised in Atlanta. I'm born and raised at the Falcons, Atlanta. Well, I don't know. They should call them the Chick-fil-A Falcons, not the Atlanta. Because
Chick-fil-A Falcons.
They both are closed on Sunday.
So the Mormon Falcons.
Yeah, I need to. The
Let's
Mormons
not
are
go
open
there,
on Sunday.
girlfriend.
No, the Mormons are open on Sunday. They go
Yeah,
to
they
church.
do.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, shout out.
Okay, but their businesses are
Shout out to all the Mormon viewers that we have. listen.
Hey,
Yeah.
Yeah, their businesses
Here's
are all
a
closed.
term I never heard before. Coffin corner. Coffin corner.
I did not know this.
Cough in corner.
Coffin, like when you
Oh,
bury
coffin.
it. Coffin.
Coffin.
Often
Oh.
referred when a punter kicks the ball out of bounds between the opponent's end zone and 5-yard line. It's named coffin corner because of the difficulty of the punt and the fact that the offense has to start backed up by its own end zone, which can lead to further problems.
See, I thought it was when you have sex with a guy and he has a heart attack and, you know.
So don't put them in the coffin.
It's going down that road. That's
That's fine with me.
Even his description sounded sexual. Read that again.
He's good at reading. I can't believe he does copy that, but
Yeah.
I guess he wrote it. So that way, yeah.
a dime. A dime.
A dime. Okay, go ahead. I don't know a dime.
A type of defensive formation, the dime, where 6 defensive backs are used instead of the normal 4. Dime packages are used only in obvious passing situations to maximize coverage.
I thought it was an amount of weed.
All right, here's one you're going to know. A dime
I
bag.
don't know what.
I thought it was about weed.
Oh, this is Las Vegas, so everybody wants to know.
It's
about
free.
weed.
It's free here.
It's
Speaking
free.
of Las Vegas,
The
most
dime
people
bag
don't
is
know-
free.
Recreational and medicinal. So
It's free.
if you're watching from out of town, and come on over.
Where is it free?
Oh, you can get it for free.
I mean, it's legal.
In
That's
my
not making
neighborhood,
it free.
it's my neighbors share.
Let me talk about one thing before you go to your next question.
Yes.
Everybody here, do you all know the second largest city in the state of Nevada? Most people
Is
don't
it
know.
Reno?
I did not know that.
Is it Reno?
Carson City.
See, isn't that terrible? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm George Wallace, and one day I might be the mayor of Las Vegas. But in the meantime, you need to know the second largest city in the state of Nevada is Henderson.
Hendertucky.
Henderson, Nevada. Okay?
Oh, okay. See, we consider it part of Vegas, though, because it's.
No, there's a line. They got
Yeah.
police over there, right?
Well,
and
we
the
got
fourth
different
largest
police,
city,
yeah.
the fourth largest city is Northwest
Look
Vegas.
what's coming.
Wow.
Ooh, pizza. Pizza.
It's around. It was
Pizza
square and they
with
cut the
meat all
corners
over
off.
it.
That looks good. Thank you so much.
Well, because you said you wanted it round.
Yeah, you wanted it round with
I
meat.
like it round.
So you
I
got
can
it
keep the
round
same
with
plate. No
meat.
need. No, the same
Now,
round.
nobody burn their mouth.
No need cleaning this
We need
plate.
some Parmesan.
Yeah.
You're going right in front of the camera, by the way.
Let me tell you, it's good.
It's
Why
good.
am I getting the first piece of
We're
pizza?
all right.
It
Okay.
smells
Don't burn your mouth.
wonderful.
Lala, we have some Parmesan and
Oh, they got this cut in little slices. This is really
yeah,
nice.
but don't burn
I
your
thought you
mouth.
were going to ask for Pepto-Bismol.
Maybe some Pepto-Bismol with
Listen,
the pizza.
why am I the only one eating here? Come on.
No, because I don't want to burn my mouth.
Lala,
There's meat all over it.
Lala's going to have some.
I'm
are
gonna.
you really gonna have some?
She will.
I
gotta go
thought
to
you were gonna say no.
Hold on.
Don't make yourself. Yes, people have food.
Lala.
Lala, you don't
Right.
just kick
Yeah,
it.
so go that way.
No, Lala. You
You
just
go the
kick the
other way.
camera.
Lala, okay, go around next.
It's still in the right position. So let's just see us.
It was, sort of.
All right.
Okay, now
Ladies
it
and
is.
gentlemen, did you tell them where we are and all of that stuff?
We're at Amore Taste of Chicago on Durango between Flamingo and Twain. Come on by. And they've got great Chicago food, Chicago hot dogs, Chicago Italian beef sandwiches. We just had the jumbo shrimp, big ones.
Fantastic.
Did you like that?
I love
Those are good, aren't they?
I don't know how good they were, but they're not here anymore. So
Yeah, so they must be
Yeah.
doing pretty good.
So anyway, we're at Amore Taste of Chicago, and come on by and say hello.
a lot of you from Chicago and the Midwest don't even know about this place. It's the Taste of Chicago. I love the Taste of Chicago. You need to come by. If you like the foods at Patillo's and sandwiches like that, come by Amore of Chicago. Taste of Chicago. You will thoroughly enjoy the food. And tell them Dr. George Wallace sent you. George Wallace from WGCI in Chicago. We have people coming in now. They're coming in droves. What the hell a drove is? This guy is
He looks
walking
pissed
around.
off, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He's
Look at
always
Jeffrey
pissed off.
with the
Did you go to the
G.
wrong place, Jeffrey? Did you go to the
Come around
radio
that. Come around
station?
that way.
No, I'm good.
Jeffrey's good.
Go
Oh, he's
sit,
good.
go sit beside George. Go around that way. Don't
Next
kick
to
the
Dr.
camera.
Wallace.
You
Yeah,
can't
we'll
sit
fix
here.
it.
I just took the camera
Sit
off.
next-
Don't kick the camera. Go that way. Go
Don't
around.
kick the camera.
And then
I can't do it. Oh, that way.
there's room for you right beside George. I got your friend.
Yeah, Jim talks more than I do, so he needs to be closer to the mic because he knows it.
I guess I got time to eat.
I'm gonna eat while I'm
Well,
talking.
we don't worry about that.
I'm not waiting for time.
Don't worry about
Jeffrey
it.
with a G in the house.
Jeffrey with a G, line 1, go ahead.
Apparently
This is
he
full
got
name.
lost. He couldn't
Jeffrey with a G,
find the
line 1.
place.
All right, so we're doing football terms.
I think he went to the wrong
You probably know.
location.
You
It's
probably
actually
know.
called JOB.
Have you heard Coffin Corner? You know what the Coffin Corner is?
No,
No.
not that kind of cough.
that's
It's
a
coughing.
different kind of-
Sorry. My bad.
We're eating here.
So we would have stumped
Yeah, that's-
you on the Coffin Corner.
What do you mean? Coffin? The box? Or
Yeah,
the
the
box.
box.
What's the coffin corner?
Often referred when a punter kicks the ball out of bounds between the opponent's end zone and 5-yard line. It's named Coffin Corner.
That's some
You want something to drink?
antiquated term they use.
I'll have a soda water lemon, please. I'd
He
like
might
to
find
know the
acquiesce.
last time that term was used.
Because he knows everything.
He does, he
Yeah.
It's very outdated.
Yeah.
Well,
I
Well,
said,
it's from the
I
Blame
said,
You sure it's not
Wikipedia.
from like
I
when
said-
Hoffa was around and they buried him in that side of the end zone?
I said antiquated already.
Here's one for Heather. Kneel down.
Oh, well, hey. We're not even going to go there. This is a family podcast.
No, it's not. Yeah, the Manson family.
Ron Jeremy would appreciate that.
Jacked up. Jacked up. Heather.
Jacked up.
Yeah.
Well, that's.
Are you going to tell us the context in which it's being used?
A term
That's-
popularized by ESPN where a player is the
Yeah.
victim of an aggressive tackle or block that looks painful to outsiders. He's jacked up.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Jeffrey says
That's
yes.
also-
So it's not. Okay.
That's
It's, it's an ESPN colloquialism. No one else uses it.
And you know, George,
Oh, okay.
you know what ESPN stands for?
That's a
Nothing.
small penis.
Exactly.
No.
It
Entertainment sports.
doesn't mean anything.
It does too. It means
No.
they started off with entertainment and
Network.
sports
That could
network.
work.
No.
It could work.
That's when it first
That's what I
started,
thought.
Entertainment and sports network.
Yeah,
I
that,
know
that was
fact.
the original. He's correct. He's
Sissenti?
correct. That's how it started. That was the original.
That was the
I thought
rumor,
so
it's not
too.
the truth.
It was. You
Well,
can look it up. It was
you
the
could look it
original.
up.
I did.
Lala?
I
look it up.
did. I
You could look-
did. And George Wallace is
We're all
correct.
argumentative today.
Gary, these guys didn't need
Don't-
me to
don't
show
get all
up for
jacked
this.
up.
Yes, we did.
I don't care. That's what it stands for.
It does.
Entertainment
I said
Sports
so,
Network.
too.
That's
I'm
what it
with
was.
you.
Listen, it was on ABC before ABC bought it.
Yeah.
Heather,
They decided after the fact that they didn't want it to stand for that, but Lala,
no side conversations.
yeah, so you're closest to the mic, so all they hear is you.
ESPN, yeah.
Yeah. So
Well, Mike's right here, but
No, well, this is
ESPN,
the
I
mic-
agree with Dr. Wallace
This
that I
is-
thought,
This isn't the mic for the live.
oh,
The mic for the live broadcast is over there beside Lala.
oh, okay.
So-
no talking while we're talking, or you're
Yeah.
gonna have to go to your room.
Yeah, she's gonna have to get.
I thought it
checked
meant that the entertainment sports programming network as well.
Nobody said programming, entertainment, sports. Yep.
Yes,
Huh.
You think the programming was
Pretty good,
in
right?
so?
that's what he's saying the P stands for. However, yes, that is what it originally stood for, and they decided after the fact that, well, we're not really sure, but it's not incorrect to say that. So therefore,
So who gives a damn?
Who gives a damn?
right?
Nobody.
It's a show that
Okay, what's your next
people
term?
come
All
on.
right, kneel down. A play used by a team who's winning the game late and only needs to run off the rest of the clock.
Yeah,
Take a
Could
knee.
mean anything else, though, right?
Take a knee.
take a
Take a
knee.
knee.
Take
Isn't
a
that
knee.
what they do during the
No
national
one says
anthem?
kneel down.
Let's take a knee when they do the
That's what
national
they do
anthem.
during the
You're-
national
But
anthem.
they do that also when they get marijuana, and when they smoke marijuana, they kneel down.
I
That's
know.
when they get the free dime, because apparently it's free around here.
In my neighborhood, it is. Because I've got great neighbors. Great neighbors at Las Vegas Country Club.
Okay, so you go
Well, we're eating and
you
talking
go
at
to
the
the
same time.
ritzy neighborhood in Las Vegas, and the pot's free, according to Jonathan. So.
The man that knows it all, let's ask him. Do you know the second largest city in the state of Nevada?
Second largest city in the state of Nevada. We're assuming Las Vegas is number one. I'm guessing most people say Reno, and it's not the answer.
I said Reno.
Exactly.
That's not the
Okay,
answer.
I figured I was walking into that one.
You kind of walked in when we were talking about
I'm
it.
guessing it's not Searchlight.
And then it goes doo 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 doo. Your time is up.
Wrong.
Kentucky.
It's Henderson.
Oh,
See,
yeah.
see, that's what I said.
And what's
This
third?
is
North
really-
Vegas?
Yeah.
We don't think of it as a real
No,
city.
fourth.
North
is
Vegas
where-
is number 4.
Yeah.
Behind Reno?
Look behind Reno.
I got you.
Now, what's happening in Henderson? Look, it's going to grow. Look, we got the headquarters now for the Raiders over there. So that's going to grow the city like crazy.
Why? Who's going there other than Raiders executives?
You don't like the Raiders?
Oh, they have the practice facility
Yeah.
there
Oh my
too.
God! That's
Yeah.
what am I talking about? The
Yeah,
headquarters
yeah.
of the
No,
country
I'm thinking
facilities.
when you said headquarters, I'm thinking offices, but yeah, they have the practice facility.
Oh, but does headquarters
It'll-
mean offices? Usually a headquarters mean offices, doesn't it?
It does mean
Usually.
offices, but it doesn't necessarily mean a practice facility.
But it does today.
If you're being
Which is why I'm
ubiquitous,
correcting myself. I'm saying, oh, George, you're right. That facility will be a nice
Usually,
job for
I'm
people.
telling you, I have to tell you, you're right. Today, you're telling me I'm right.
We're talking about a stadium that's not even open yet, a practice facility. I'm thinking
Oh
about
my
the
God,
baseball
the stadium,
stadium
but it'll be open
in
next year.
What is
Summerlin.
ubiquitous
And the
mean?
hockey facility in Summerlin. Who wants to go to Henderson?
Don't say that.
Why?
Don't ever. Henderson is
Ubiquitous.
nice.
Ubiquitous.
Henderson is the
Always-
nicest city.
Always in.
In
always
Nevada?
there.
We know.
ubiquitous means oh,
Ubiquitous means it's everywhere. It's always
Ubiquitous
there. Yes.
means it's everywhere.
Yeah. Do you want me to spell it for you?
If you're not too busy. Mike Sam Will
Mike
Is this another
Sam's
football-
in a
Will?
4-3 defense.
Is there a question in there?
Yeah, what does it mean?
He's asking this.
What's a 4-3 defense?
What's his
Well, they're
what's
saying
Mike
Mike Sam Will, 4 linemen, 3 linebackers. Each linebacker is given a moniker based on where they play. The Mike linebacker plays the middle, the Sam
Oh,
linebacker
nice.
plays on the strong side, and the Will linebacker plays on the weak side. The strong side is whatever side of the field has more offensive players lined up before a play.
So,
Wow, you really dug deep into this
Jonathan,
stuff.
we're wondering where you got this
You really-
terminology.
Encroachment.
What
Where
about
did you
it?
get the terminology? Where did you-
Encroachment.
Otherwise
Wikipedia,
known,
where I find
otherwise
everything.
known as a defensive player being offsides.
Yeah, encroachment.
They have offsides in football too?
Yeah. How come no one gets
I know.
penalty for being onside?
Yeah.
Right.
Heather, what's a fair catch?
No one knows.
It's when you catch
It's
the
when you
ball without deflating
From
it.
Canada, can you hear
Fair
that?
catch.
It's when you catch the ball without
Without-
No,
deflating.
wrong.
That would be a fair catch.
No.
Fair catch.
What is it?
Oh, it's something to do with seafood then.
No, what's a fair catch?
Something to do with
It's
seafood.
when you catch the ball without deflating it and cheating.
No.
Okay.
No. You should be ashamed of yourself.
We start talking about deflated balls. We're not talking
Fair
about
catch is
deflated
when a
balls.
punt returner waves his arm in the air, declaring himself catching the ball
Wait,
and not
Bob, in there,
allowing
like
the
you,
defensive
like
player
you
to
just
hit
don't
him.
care. Wave your arms in the air like
Like
you
this don't care. Party over here.
Party over there. There's
Party
nothing
over
like
there.
There's nothing like a George Wallace party because a George Wallace party don't stop.
Putting back on my blue blockers. Party going on. What's a gunner?
Hold on, you didn't go back to fair catch.
Oh.
Oh, we
During
thought
a
you
kick
did.
or a punt,
You
the
already
return
did.
specialist can signal for a fair catch and be allowed to catch football without the
Without
threat of
being
being
Without interfering
tackled.
with.
If a fair catch is signaled, the returner cannot advance the ball past the spot where he caught it.
But what if it's deflated? Then is it still okay? Is it still a fair
We're
catch?
not talking
Absolutely.
about deflated
Okay.
balls.
Overinflated, deflated. You know, different quarterbacks like different PSI in their balls.
Okay.
Who doesn't?
Good to know.
Aaron Rodgers will tell you he likes his balls overflated.
Uh-huh. Great.
Tom Brady will tell you
Packers
somewhere
suck.
between 11 and 13.
Really?
Yeah,
You'll be playing Sunday with those balls.
all day long. Well, he'll be in
You
a
know-
dome, so the temperature will
you
not
know-
affect the PSI of the ball.
Football,
Yes, it will.
Pounds
because-
per square inch?
footballs
Correct.
really aren't balls.
No?
They're not shaped like a ball.
No, they're not.
So what makes them a ball?
It is a ball that has been squeezed, squares,
Squoze.
I mentioned she's from Canada.
Yeah.
Squishy balls.
I just mentioned squeeze, squares, squoze. Why can't we use squoze? What is it? Squeeze,
Yeah.
squeeze, squish?
Squeezed. But squoze. I like squoze. That works. Why not?
Squeeze.
There's
Ball.
words I've got some new words I want to put in the English
Yeah.
language. It's like worse.
Ubiquitous.
I think worse is a good word. That means
Worser.
that means it's
Yeah.
really bad. Worse.
Work.
It's worse than worse.
You know what I like?
Funnest.
I like to use the word ridiculous because you don't need the r. Like you get what it means. If I just say that's ridiculous, you don't need to say ridiculous.
What about Reed
What about
waste,
Reed?
why
Yeah.
waste the
Thank
breath?
you.
Ridic, that's
I
ridic.
prefer
I
Reed
prefer
Dick.
I like ridic. But who doesn't,
You
right?
would.
I mean, you've been dick.
I'm with George. I'd
I
rather
only
Reed
need
Dick.
one dick.
No, I didn't say two dicks, I said Reed Dick.
ABN was here last week.
There's a big
When I
difference.
first started coming to this show, this was a family show. Now it's just out of whack. Totally. We talked about balls today. You just
My mom texted me, she's like, what's going on?
I
No
know
radio
that's
show
right.
today?
Horse collar tackle. Horse collar
That's when a
tackle.
defender grabs the player with the ball by the back of his jersey and pulls him backwards.
Exactly.
Do
The
you
method
love
was
how he-
banned in the NFL
You
due
love
to.
how he delivers it? He's like, this is the way it is, and don't ask any more stupid questions,
Well, he knows
okay?
I'm going to continue asking stupid questions. The method was
wish.
banned in the NFL due to several leg injuries, most notably to star receiver Terrell Owens.
Say this again?
T.O.
No, what was it?
The NFL, it's banned, the horse collar tackle,
Oh,
because of
correct.
several
So
leg
someone like
injuries.
T.O., who's very tall,
Remember we met
6'3".
T.O.?
Yeah, sure.
That's how tall George is.
So, no, George's even taller than that,
Very
but
tall.
I'm 6'12".
But when you have a tall receiver running with a ball and a defender, typically a shorter defender, from behind him and pulls him backwards,
Either way, it
that
doesn't
kind
matter
of an injury can be very
It
serious
doesn't
and
matter whether
thus,
it's short or tall. If they just grab you and snatch you back.
yes, but a shorter player would actually pull you down and back. Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to do it a lot because I'm a short guy, you know. I can't do it
That's why
anymore.
you keep putting yanking on my collar.
I'm quick though, watch out, I'll take you out the ankles.
Horse collar. Okay.
Correct. What does this have to do
No,
with anything, by the way?
well, Super Bowl's on Sunday.
Oh, so we're giving them definitions before the game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, ladies' locker room. It's an extension of the ladies' locker room. It started with the spread and the over and under.
So see that
And
goes
what
back
do
to
you have as the
secondary.
current spread? 2.5 and 56?
Yeah, what is the current
2.5
spread,
and
Jonathan?
57.5. And I brought all 1,000 propositional bets for everybody.
It's not 1,000.
It is 1,000.
We've
No,
got
it
the
isn't.
we've got the manuals here.
It's
Westgate, I
1,000.
believe, has around 500.
It's 1,000.
Here's your paperwork, Jeffrey.
There
Study
you go.
it.
I love
I
this
brought it
stuff.
for you. And you can bet on golf. You can bet on
No.
basketball.
No.
You can combine them with football. And there's 2 sheets that are allowed for parlays. Dr.
There are
Wallace.
2 sheets that are
The
allowed
pink
for
sheets.
parlays of.
Those any 2 things on the pink sheets can be parlayed. The rest of it
Otherwise-
cannot be parlayed, with the exception of the over and under and the.
Let's go right to the parlay page because that's the one where we make our
Okay,
money.
let's.
Okay.
Can I have a writing utensil, please? I love the
There you
golf
go.
pencils.
Did you make any money last year in the Super Bowl, Jeff?
I did very well last year.
You did?
Yeah, I had the Eagles. Don't you remember?
I don't remember.
So the company I worked for was out of Philadelphia.
The Eagles
and
didn't
a
even
bunch
play
of guys
the
and I
Eagles didn't
chipped
even play.
in
The Eagles didn't even play in the
and
Super
paid
Bowl last year.
and put $10,000 on the money
The
line.
Eagles didn't even play in the Super Bowl last year.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
they won.
And yet the book paid me nonetheless.
Is that right? Hasn't that been 2 years ago?
No.
The Eagles, that was just last year?
Correct.
The Eagles were
Thank you.
currently Super Bowl champions?
Correct.
Uh-huh.
I
Yes,
should
they
know
are.
this.
So how much are you planning to make this year?
I don't ever think like that. I just
I bet the safety a few years ago.
I look, so safety is something that I always bet. When New England's in the Super Bowl, I always bet will the game be decided by exactly 3 points. They've been to, this will be their 9th Super Bowl, so they've been to 8 Super Bowls. I believe 5 or 6 of them have been decided by exactly 3 points.
Okay.
How many Super Bowls has Brady been in?
All right.
This will be his 9th.
9, that's right. He's won 5
Brady's
Super
been in
Bowls.
9?
Brady's been in, well, he's been in 8, this will be his 9th, and he's won 5.
So
He
who
has
was
a-
the quarterback for the Patriots when they played the Bears in 1985?
That would be a combination of Joe, Tony Eason, and, oh my God,
Ooh, Jeffrey doesn't know
We'll be right back.
something.
hold on. I can, no, Steve
Heather,
Brogan,
what's-
Steve
Heather?
Brogan, Steve Brogan,
Oh,
Steve Brogan and Tony Eason.
didn't even get the
Joe
Jeopardy
Rogan?
theme out.
What's the red zone?
Between the goal line and the
I-
20-yard line.
I know where she's
I
going
don't
to
get the
go.
red zone anymore.
I thought they closed that place.
That's the red door.
That's the green door.
We're eating in the red zone.
Once again, we're coming to you live from Amore Taste of Chicago on Durango between
Why am I the
Flamingo.
only one eating this pizza?
I'm eating.
Yeah, but look
I'm
look
going
what's
back.
Jonathan's
The area
screenshot.
between the 20-yard line and the end zone, generally on the side of the field where the offense is trying to score, is the red zone. I hope you're grabbing all this.
Yeah,
You
it's
just
just like
said
in
that.
hockey.
Oh, you
It's
want
the
to start
same as
listening to me
hockey.
now?
What are you doing, Jonathan? You're massacring the pizza.
So the current line is New England
You want
2.5
some
and
without the
56
stuff on it?
Wait a minute, wait a minute.
I don't know why I tried talking.
I'm out of full, I can't talk. But what the hell are you doing with that pizza?
I mean it.
Right?
That's not right.
He's massacring it.
Don't do that, Jonathan.
Tattler. You're a tattletale.
Yeah, I drew his attention to it. I knew that was gonna happen.
All right.
You have to eat the crust.
Are you just eating the meat on the top?
He's eating everything except the
I love it.
crust.
All right.
He's trying to make it low carb.
Time to take your medicine.
Moving on to the last lap.
Grandpa!
George Wallace can be seen at the Westgate Hotel and Casino.
Tuesday through Saturday, 8 o'clock.
On Paradise.
Come on, let's have some fun. It's the new Westgate, and we're having fun there, and it's still free parking.
Yes, it is, unless there's a convention.
Oh, I gotta get
Then
it.
you go to the
Unless there's
sports
a
book and you give me
convention.
$10
Oh, we
rent
got
and
some
you get
good
free
ones.
parking.
Is that right? Because it's $30. Can you believe it was $30 a park last week for the convention?
Yeah. That was 2 weeks ago for the Consumer Electronics Show.
Oh,
And then
well,
last week was
everything's
the-
more
No, we had the
expensive.
concrete convention last week.
Oh yeah, the World of Concrete.
That's something hard.
Yeah,
You know someone in the Netherlands?
I wanted something in at 10 and a half.
I told you hot in
That's my
here.
manager.
Want me to
He
kill
lives,
it?
now talk to him.
You want to tell me your manager?
Say, who you think?
George Wallace's office.
He's at a meeting.
How can I help you, sir? Mr. Wallace is a little occupied at the moment.
He's in the red zone.
He's wearing red.
Uh-huh.
Opening coin toss.
Isn't that to
Say,
decide
get
who
your
goes
shit
first?
together, get on the
Heads or
goddamn
tails?
phone.
Okay, tell him I'm not on radio, I'm on television.
We're actually doing a live podcast. Can Mr. Wallace please call you back shortly?
Called Vegas Nonstop.
at Taste
got
of
it.
Chicago.
On NBC
Thank
Sports
you.
Radio, we got a new time. We're going to be on Saturdays.
Time sensitive.
It's time sensitive.
Okay.
It sounds like a bomb's about to go off.
And that means it's not manager. I better call him back. It must be.
TikTok.
I was
Don't
supposed to talk
stop.
to someone.
Did you put it on
Go
the
ahead, go
speakerphone?
ahead, go ahead. Oh yeah.
Okay.
It's the Atlanta Georgians want to interview me, and they supposed to have done that at 1:30. So I was sitting out in the car at 1:30, 2 o'clock here.
They're late.
That's interesting.
All right.
Gronkowski,
Will either team score 3 straight times? Heather.
Will either team?
You know, it's interesting how they
Sure.
decide what
Yeah,
3
sure they
straight
will.
times means. In other words,
That means
if I
they
score a
complete-
touchdown and I get 6 points,
Yeah.
does the extra point count as the second
It
scoring consecutive point?
It should, but they don't.
So I don't know how they decipher that, which is why I never make those bets.
Question for
So
Jake
is
Hornigan.
it 3 touchdowns in a row? Is that
No,
what
it
you're saying?
said 3.
Could be a field goal.
It doesn't say that. It says, will either team score 3 straight times? If I
That's
score a
field goal,
touchdown at 6
field goal.
points, if I kick an
That's a
extra
good point.
point on that touchdown, that's a second consecutive
Yeah.
score.
And the next one is a
Separate.
field goal.
So I've already got 2 in a row.
Yeah. and
So
the
now
next
the
one
other
is
team
field.
goes 3 and out, and I come down and kick a field goal, and that's 3 straight times.
I don't think they're
Sure.
looking at it that way.
I think they do.
It is the way they look at it.
I think they do.
You're right. In theory, you're right, but I don't think
But
they,
you think it's 3 touchdowns in a row?
or a field goal.
Well,
Touchdown,
why you
field
do
goal,
football? No, you
touchdown.
can't do that. You can't do that.
What?
You just got to be either score. It's got to be score.
It just
Either
said-
way.
Correct.
I'm going to text Jake Hornigan a little later and find out what the
Who's
So
Jake-
Jeffrey
Jake-
says
Jake-
don't
Jake-
bet.
Jake-
Westgate
I didn't say
is
don't bet it.
Post hotel.
Don't bet it until we confirm for
I know.
you
Here's
what
why,
exactly
here's
it is.
why I say don't bet it, because you didn't read what the line was.
Yeah.
The answer is, will either team score 3
He
straight
hasn't seen
times?
your show yet.
Yes is
He's
minus
working.
220.
I know.
So I have to pay more than double my, I have to pay 2 to 1 to win that bet.
Oh. So
So
you don't
the-
think it's a good
They're
bet?
telling you no. The book is kind of telling you in the line they don't think any team's going to score consecutive times. So for me, the value is if you're going to bet, only bet no.
Okay.
But I will tell you some prop bets that I absolutely love.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
First pass by Tom Brady will be complete minus 220 or incomplete plus 180.
You like that he makes his first pass?
No, incomplete first
Oh,
pass, always.
I thought you liked it the other
Nope,
way.
and Bobby and I bet it last year and we won. As a matter of fact, I gave our listeners an unbelievable parlay on the, what do you call these bets? Propositional bets.
Yes.
Does
Last
he never
year,
get a complete pass?
I didn't say that, his first pass.
Is never complete.
It's not that it's never complete because it is Tom Brady. It's a Super Bowl. It's a big game. Rams
You're right.
Rams have a good defense, just like the Eagles did last year. They're going to be playing him very well. So I like to bet that his first pass
So
will
what does
be
it pay?
incomplete.
If that's one thing I'm going to remember
Plus
today,
180.
if that's one thing I'm going to remember today,
Red zone.
no, what he just said, the first ball will be completed. The pass.
Incomplete.
incomplete.
I'm saying complete.
Oh, okay.
I thought you said it won't be incomplete. Oh no, it will
That's
be
what he
incomplete.
Won't be
Yes.
incomplete.
Dr.
All right.
Wallace is taking the opposite.
It will be. I'm
Here's
saying it
another
will
great
be.
propositional bet ever
ahead.
since they moved the extra point back. Will there be a missed extra point? And that was our parlay last year, and there was a missed extra point, and that's plus 250.
But is that where? An extra point where? In the quarter or in the whole game?
Doesn't
The
matter.
entire game. One missed extra point.
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah.
one missed extra point.
It's
One.
plus 250.
What does that mean? Plus two.
So-
For every 100 you bet,
So
they're
you're
going to
saying
pay you
it's a no-brainer.
$250. It's a no-brainer. I said these are bets where I see value and a historical pattern that I think can be parlayed and pay out very nicely.
You telling me to go and bet that will be an,
This page here is the only
You could do two different
propositional
things.
bets
You can do
that
two.
you're allowed to parlay. You can do more.
It
than
pays 2.5.
They let you do more? Oh,
No,
two
you can
team
only do
parlay
two
maximum.
parlay bets.
I got you. So if we take, let's go to our trusty parlay calculator.
Brady first pass incomplete, and one missed
yeah,
extra
yeah,
point.
yeah, that's cool.
That's
And what
Jeffrey's
was
new
that?
Here
nickname.
comes
Parlay calculator.
your parlay calculator.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, Heather.
Oh, is
Or
there going to
give
be
somebody
one?
the finger.
Well, that's
Are you
fine.
asking?
That would-
Are you asking us if there's going to be one?
That's any
I
kind
don't know
of.
if you could
That's
bet
any
on
kind
that.
of hit. You,
Yeah.
Oh, can you bet on that?
I thought that's what he was asking us. Are you asking for the definition?
Yeah,
Yeah, he's asking for
I'm
the
going
Unsportsmanlike
to
conduct can be
definition for
100
your-
things.
Yeah, it's any
It could
kind
be
of.
anything that's illegal.
Yeah.
Penalty that's given when a player or team is acting unethically according to the official's judgment.
Great.
It's often used to penalize excessive touchdown celebrations. It can also be called for on-field fights and other incidents.
Or hitting a player out of bounds, or
Right.
hitting a player low, or punching someone in the
Now, what's
face.
up with the
Give us
lawsuit
some
on that
other thing.
bad,
Or
on
high
that bad call?
sticking.
Couldn't care less.
Or
It's never
hooking.
gonna. It's never gonna make a difference.
On the lawsuit, what do they want to do? What can you do? The Super
Who
Bowl's
and,
over.
and who are they suing? That's my question.
They're suing the
They're suing
NFL.
Roger Goodell. They're suing the
Roger-
referee
Roger-
association.
I don't know. I know somebody was suing about that bad call
Good. Let me know how that works out.
on the Saints.
I got a good question for you.
Yes, sir.
Being commissioner of the NFL,
Yeah.
Yes,
shouldn't you be knowledgeable of what should be all of the rules and everything like that? I have your attorney sitting there watching you and said we need to, bam, on the spot when you're playing a Super Bowl like that. Shouldn't someone be able to overturn a call and make the call?
That instantly in the middle of a game?
Right there, yeah. It was the ref didn't see
Here's the
it.
thing. As the commissioner, you trust your body of referees and replay officials.
didn't work. We know that didn't
replay
work.
officials back in New York
That
as
didn't-
backup
that didn't work.
to make the right call.
Well, the guys in New York didn't make the call either.
I understand that, but here's what the thing is: it's not like they had to reverse a call. You can't enforce a call that was never called in the first place. That's the problem.
Therein lies the rub.
Correct. By the way, that parlay, folks, Brady incomplete first pass.
What's it pay?
And there will be a missed extra point. Pays almost 9-1. It pays
So if I give
8.8 to
$100,
1.
they'll give $200.
$100.
They get $1,800 back.
Yes, 1760 to be exact. Plus your 200. So they'll give you back 1960.
You know what? I'm going to do that. But if I don't win, I'm going to give $200 and I'm going to get $1,700.
No, you're gonna get 1760 plus your 200 back.
So plus my 200 back.
Yeah, 1960.
That's a
It's a
good
good
bet.
year.
Write it down so I'll remember it.
I already wrote it down.
You got it down?
But you have to
Yeah.
go to the Westgate to play.
I live at the Westgate. I'm going to do it tonight.
Yeah, I'll text you.
Jeffrey.
I'm gonna write down the numbers for you.
Thank you.
All you have to go to the guy and say, I want a $200
Yeah, there you go.
parlay on.
Jeffrey, can I? But that $500, I'm going to get
It's a
That's
it's
$4,500,
listen, it's
$4,400.
880 all the
Yeah,
way
yeah.
up. Just keep multiplying.
88. He thinks you're pretty great.
The numbers don't change.
4,500.
Numbers never lie.
What if you, $500
800
like
times
I
100.
win now? The problem with somebody that works a lot like me and makes a lot of money, if I win $1,000, what the hell am I going to do with it?
I'll take it.
What do you mean? We're gonna go to dinner like we've been
Take it.
talking about.
Yeah, let's go to El Molino.
Can you buy another house?
No, it's gonna take you to Carbone.
We'll go to El
remember?
Molino.
Cabone, yeah, that's the same thing, right? It costs $1,000 for dinner.
No.
Oh, I got a place for you to go. This Nomad, best chicken I've had in my life.
Where is it?
Nomad restaurant at the Park restaurant. It's $94 for a chicken.
At the, where?
$94 for a chicken. It's
You
worth it.
see, it's just kind of like the lobsters.
You
right?
gotta catch
You
it.
gotta see.
No,
You can see
no,
the chicken.
it's-
Get chicken.
Just
15
three
parlay
legged.
for $200 with 66024 and 66015.
Just give them the paper.
Yeah, and say what.
My mom used to give me a little piece of paper like this, told me, run this over to Miss Alice's house. I was a numbers runner.
For you kids at home, for
Jail.
you kids at home don't know what numbers. Every day they would draw.
You know what I'm talking
I do.
about?
I know what you. Yeah.
Jeff doesn't know about that.
He knows about numbers.
I know, yeah, I know. Yeah, I know about that.
He's older than he looks.
Yeah, I know. He
He's
is. He
older
told
than
me
he
he's
looks.
50 years. Are you 50 yet?
Almost.
He's almost 50 years old.
Well, you're younger than I am.
Yeah. I'm not.
I used to go collect
You're
for
the
the bookie in
baby.
Brooklyn.
Don't you?
Yeah.
You could
Yeah,
have
the
gotten
numbers
killed.
games.
What?
You picked up the money.
Yeah.
You could have been robbed, but nobody would touch you.
Yeah.
No, they wouldn't bother him. They wouldn't think he had it.
Are you a tourist?
No.
So you just visiting? You just visiting? You asked him, is he
You're
a tourist?
Tourist.
Tourist.
Tourist,
No, she
yeah.
said
You're a
tourist.
tourist.
She said he
Like
was
my
a tourist.
sign, Taurus, the
Astrological.
Tourist
the lion, the
Oh, I
bull,
thought you
whatever.
said, was he just coming
Oh, okay, then
to
you're
visit-
Aries.
Visit the city.
No,
I'm-
you
I'm
got
a-
10
I'm a
10 other
tourist.
guesses.
He's not Leo, is he?
And
What?
now we're down to
You
9.
running a special on Taurus
Is this
today?
all we're gonna do? You're not gonna bet anymore? This,
I
is
didn't
this
say
your
that.
bet?
I said this is my parlay bet for the propositionals
This is
on the
not
Just
page.
on the prop bets. Yeah.
Okay.
Now, if you want to talk about betting the game,
Yes.
that's a whole different ball game. There's a lot of
Is it
weird.
just even? Is it even? Or just
It's
even
a
money
it's
on
a
the-
very on paper it's a very even game. As a matter of fact, I can make the argument that actually the Rams are the better team. However,
Because Rams have horns and they ram for you.
This is Heather logic.
right.
Means a Ram could beat up a Patriot.
However, the Patriots are the more experienced team, certainly in Super Bowls. We are dealing with both a very young quarterback in Jared Goff and a very young
Just like
coach
it was last
in
week
Sean
in
McVay,
Kansas City,
right? But look what New England did against Kansas City last week as being underdogs for the first time in 68 postseason games. New England was an underdog last week, went into Kansas City, shut down the #1 offense for the first half, and Patrick Mahomes. It was 14-0 New England at halftime. Obviously, Coach Reed made some great changes at halftime, and all of a sudden he had a scoring fest in the fourth quarter.
He's
It was the
fantastic.
most points ever scored in the fourth quarter of a postseason game.
Really?
Yes, they scored
Pretty high.
48 points.
48 points.
Yeah,
Oh, my.
in the fourth quarter
So who
alone.
are you gonna bet on? You gonna take your Patriots?
With the line at 2.5, I
Yes.
have to bet New England. I have to bet New England because they've never lost back-to-back
Less than
Super
3.
Bowls, and they lost last week. And if I think it's going to be a 3-point
Last week?
last year,
Okay.
and I have to think that New England will find a way to win by 3 points. However, I think it's also smart to tease the Rams. Take a 6-point tease.
Better explain that to Heather.
If you take the Rams,
She's in the gutter today.
you get to add 6
You are a
points
Ram,
to
na, na,
either
na,
side
na,
of the
na.
line or either side of the total. So let's look at
You've
this.
got funny horns. Na, 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 na. That's teasing the room.
So you tease it, it pays less, but you can get 6 points up to.
No, it doesn't pay less. It pays the same as a regular straight bet, but both variables have to come in order for you to win. So in other words, I could take 6 points and add it to the Rams and take the Rams plus 8.5 points instead of 2.5. Take the total from 56.5, bring it down to 50.5, and go over.
What the hell did you just say?
There's 4 variables in every football game. Either side, plus or minus points, or over or
That's the
under
spread.
the total points scored. Right?
Spread and
There's
over
4
under.
variables in
Okay,
every
we got
game.
it, we got it, yep.
Plus points, minus points, over the total, under the total. Those are the only 4 variables in every football game, right?
Over the total, and the total is 56.
56.5 currently.
Who's
So
on
I
top?
can,
Who's
I
on
can.
bottom?
Westgate had 57.5.
Well,
But
that's
it's-
dated too. That's been out for a few days.
Yeah.
They've adjusted their line as well. Most people think there's going to be Rams money coming in. I think you're going to see the books move the line to 3 temporarily because they want to see some Ram money because there's a lot of Patriot money. When we talk about sharps and squares or Joes versus pros, they're talking about professional bettors versus the public, right? So the public can fire in 2 to 1 as many tickets on one side, but the pros come to the window with the money.
See, the sharps
The
versus
sharps.
squares, is that the same thing as we were talking earlier about
No,
the
it has
circle
nothing to do
versus
with
the
it.
square pizza?
Yes.
Yeah.
George
Nicest
says
from
no.
Canada.
George says no square
Nicest
pizza.
people in the world.
He's
from
right.
Canada.
He's right.
What?
Pizza should not be square.
No, it shouldn't.
Unless it's a Sicilian or a grandma pie from Brooklyn.
It doesn't
And
matter
then-
where it's from, it just shouldn't be square.
It's
Pies are round, not square.
That's a good
Right.
point. We do call it
3.14. That's a square
Yes,
pie.
that's pie.
It's a pizza pie.
Pizza pie. Coming to you live from Amore Taste of Chicago, where you can get Italian beef sandwiches, hot dogs, pizza, stuffed, pan, or thin crust.
Square cut.
But you want it with sausage and pepperoni. That's sweet. That's sweet sauce, isn't it?
I don't know. What do you mean sweet?
And the sausage is sweet. It's not,
Well, the
it's not spicy.
pepperoni, it's not
not
like
hot?
a little sagey to it. There's something a little.
So you mean it's
I
not
like
hot
it.
sauce?
It's not. You don't like it?
I do like it.
Okay, it's good, whatever it is. There are different kinds of pepperoni, right?
Yes.
Some a little stronger and spicier.
I defer to my food
Oh,
specialist.
he's a pepperoni expert.
Young Jeffrey with the G line. Want
Knows
to go
everything.
ahead? Would you
What's the
like to
question?
elaborate on pepperoni?
I think pepperoni depends
piece
on what
for you,
geographic
Lana?
part of the country you're from. When you come from Buffalo, they'll call it cup and char. When you come from Detroit, they call it something else. In New York, it's all different. I think
Did
it's
you
all.
notice everything he answers is completely serious about it? It's like this is how it is,
Is there
and
Canadian-
there's no question about
You
it
know what I found out?
whatsoever.
Well, you don't question him because he is Mr.
He's the
Know-it-all.
authority. He's,
Right?
he's our fact checker. You know, Canadian bacon is no different.
No different than what?
Regular bacon.
Of course,
Yes, it
No,
is.
it is
Yes, it is.
different.
It's
It's a thick-
Canadian bacon.
thicker cut.
It's not. It's
and,
not.
and
And
it's
it's a
not,
ham.
and it's not as fatty from the belly
It's
part.
a ham. It's
It's got
real
more
But
ham. Yeah.
oh no, what he meant was in Canada, what we call bacon is the same as what you call bacon here. Canadian bacon we call
Canadian.
back bacon in Canada.
Oh.
So it's not Canadian bacon. Bacon is
In Canada,
bacon.
they don't call it Canadian
Bacon is bacon wherever you're from. But what
Okay.
you call Canadian
Do
bacon.
you know in
is
Canada
back-
they don't call it Canadian bacon? They call it bacon.
That's what I'm
That's what I
saying.
learned.
And they, yeah, bacon,
That's what I
bacon,
learned.
bacon, 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 bacon.
But
Bacon, bacon.
but when you call it bacon, it's not Canadian bacon. Because Canadian bacon is back bacon. So in
Have you ever
Canada.
had?
Gracie, how's your brother?
Have you ever had British bacon? You ever been to London?
I have.
The bacon is really good. That's the only thing
like
you got
that
there.
bacon?
The bacon is good in London.
Bacon and
yeah,
bacon?
Crispy. It's real crispy.
yeah, bacon and what?
Rashers
Bangers and mash.
Not bangers.
and rashers.
He doesn't like the bangers.
Like a
And
blood
baked
sausage or
beans.
something like that.
Bangers
love
are like
blood
sausage,
pudding.
yeah.
Well, that's nasty.
I like blood pudding.
Any other crazy bets?
I like
out there?
Irish breakfast.
Yeah, You like
And you
Irish
gotta try the
coffee?
chicken at Nomad. Anyway.
Eh,
Where's Nomad? There's a place
It's at the
that's
park.
similar.
You know, by the T-Mobile Arena.
Yeah.
Usually Monte Carlo.
I just ate it in Italy.
yeah.
How'd you like that?
I bought some chicken. What do you call that? Ham to go.
Prosciutto.
Prosciutto. Ooh.
Yeah.
It's thin cut. Oh
Yeah,
my God, that is so
Jeffrey's
good.
been I haven't been to
You
Italy,
like
but
that too?
I've been
Yeah,
to
you like
Nomad.
prosciutto?
It's got to be from Parma, though.
That's what it was, yeah.
Prosciutto di Parma.
Oh, listen to him.
He's the food guy.
Isn't
Yeah,
Parmesan
he's our
from
foodie.
Parma?
I don't know.
No,
Is it Canadian bacon
Shouldn't
from
it be?
Canada?
no, Parmesan is from Reggiano.
Oh, you got to try the chicken.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
But
It's
they
the
all
best
are from the
chicken.
Parma region. You are
I've had
correct.
Laura Dean.
Okay.
Yeah.
Laura
Well, I
Dean
am
chicken
correct.
in
So we have
Savannah.
Parmigiano Reggiano.
Did you have
In
fried
America,
chicken?
we make something called Grana
Oh, really?
Padana, which is the equivalent
Fried
of Parmigiano Reggiano.
I was just a
Prosciutto di Parma only comes from Parma.
Okay.
And
So you
burgundy
speak-
comes from
You
burgundy.
speak a little Italian.
champagne comes from
Champagne comes from
champagne.
champagne. We've been through all this. Champagne comes from champagne.
Put a
Now,
shot
one
on
of those
Cognac comes
glasses
from
that
cognac.
belongs to me.
Yes, it does. Where's the case?
Yes.
and
Oh,
pork
no, this
comes
is-
from
I don't
Portugal.
need
This
a
is
case.
other-
You don't need cake. All right. Pork comes from Portugal. But now there's California pork.
No.
California champagne.
Phony
What?
shit.
Yeah, just like the, yeah. No,
Knock
it's
off.
called sparkling wine. It's
That's
not
why when you have what they call it, champenoise,
Method champenoise.
Yeah, yeah.
Method champagne.
It's like we do it like the French, but it's not really
Perrier
French.
Jouet.
Method-
What's the crazy stuff? I know you can combine golf and you know,
No.
what's some of the crazy props?
You guys want to do some predictions on
Who
the
will
game?
have
how
more,
this
the
plays out?
Celtics?
You want to talk about the game, how it plays out?
Sure.
What are your thoughts on the game?
Well,
He said ow.
honestly.
He didn't say ooh.
he didn't say who. You say who.
Who has home field advantage?
Because
No
I'm
one.
more Canadian
That's
than
in
you.
Games in
Atlanta.
Atlanta.
It doesn't matter.
do.
It does make a difference
You
because
do.
it's a National League town and the National League fans support National League teams.
If we were playing baseball, I'd say you're right. However, this is football, so it's
I don't know
moot.
where the people are from.
George, the question is moot.
Who will have more? Stephen Curry will have more free
Steph
free
Curry.
throws. Steph Curry.
Oh my God.
What's that, Stephen? What's that, Stephen? Right here?
Steph Curry,
Steph Curry will have more free throws missed than Rob Gronkowski touchdowns.
more free throws missed.
Yeah.
Oh my
Is
God.
this the thing you can
Steph
measure?
Curry.
Who will wait? More free throws missed than Rob Gronkowski
I would take that
touchdowns.
back.
So
That's what I'm
assuming
thinking.
Gronk has at least one or two touchdowns,
Two.
will Steph miss 2 free throws?
Yeah.
I'm going Steph.
Will the Lakers
We'll have
and
fewer
Warriors points?
missed free throws.
Will there be more Lakers
Can I
and
go back
Warriors
to the
points
first bet?
than Goff's gross passing
Can I go
yards?
back to the first bet with Steph
Sure.
and Gronk?
Yeah.
What's the line?
Steph Curry is plus 120. Rob Gronkowski touchdowns minus 140.
So that Gronk will have more touchdowns than his misses?
Yeah.
Who will have more?
Ladies and gentlemen, George Wallace
It's a
has
little
a
confusing.
point.
I'm taking, by the way, I
George
love,
Wallace is appearing at
I
the
love
Westgate.
Steph Curry plus 120.
And you be there at 8 o'clock. We're having nothing but fun. And it's all about Las Vegas and the people that are visiting us. And it's just, it's time to laugh. You got to keep laughing in your life, especially in Las Vegas. So
Wait.
come on over.
George, are you there every night?
Tuesday through Saturday. Come on over.
Every
Some
week.
weekends I'm away because I'm on tour with Mike Epps and Samoa. We're all over the
Mike
country.
Epps.
Yeah, Mike
That's a
Epps.
funny dude.
Yeah.
I like Mike
Wonderful
Epps.
guy. And we're headlining arenas across the country, 10, 15,000.
And if you have Netflix, you can see George on a movie called The Last Laugh with Richard Dreyfuss and Chevy Chase.
Also, if you
I
watch
saw you in that movie.
Also, if you see
Yeah, we all
watch
saw it.
Fox, I'm Mr. Huggins. I am Mr. Huggins on Bob's Burgers, so you get to
I
see
saw that movie. What you
Yeah.
doing in a wheelchair like that?
Listen to me, and all that great
I
one,
know.
right? Yeah.
What the
Yeah,
heck?
you're old.
There was
What
another
the-
movie before called Napoli Ever After. And so catch that. Also, the game show Funny You Should Ask. There's a new show called The Florida Girls. I'm also
You're on all the stuff.
Yes,
He's
I
busy.
am.
He's
I'm
busy.
busy.
How
I'm
do you
busy.
sleep? When do you sleep?
I
He
sleep when I'm sleeping.
He sleeps when he's tired.
He
We had
sleeps
Ron
when
Jeremy
someone
on the
else
show
is
last week,
driving.
and everybody asked, did he stay awake? They didn't even ask if he was funny. They said, did he stay awake?
Why, is
Ron
he-
Jeremy.
Well,
Jeremy,
he's
not
no,
off
he's
a
not a comedian.
He does stand up.
Oh, he
He's
does.
doing stand up.
He
Oh,
does
that's
stand-up.
terrible.
Yeah.
He wasn't
No,
terrible.
he was
got-
kind
he's
of
got-
funny.
can't-
He was funny.
He was
He
funny.
As a
yeah.
stand-up?
Well, I didn't see his whole show, but he was funny on with us. And that's all I
Yeah.
care about. He's funny on with
Well,
us.
he's got stories.
Yeah.
All about sex.
No, he has normal stories that
Maybe
don't
he,
have
maybe
anything
he
to do
goes
with
to sleep
sex.
because all the blood rushes to, you know.
That's a long time ago. I'm sure it doesn't work like it used to.
You don't think so?
No, again, he's of age now. Come on.
He's a man of age.
What,
And-
what
and
does
if
that
he-
mean, a man
Because
of
he's
age?
overweight like me and things don't move like they used to move.
If you jogged weight, you'd be moving quicker?
And
If I, what's
so
that guy named
basically,
Dr. Oz?
Jeffrey-
Dr. Oz says every 35 pounds you lose, you gain an inch on your pecker. So this time next year, I would have lost 105 pounds.
I'll be walking with a wheelbarrow.
So Jeffrey, in 20 years, he's saying that your stuff's not going to work the same way it does now.
Yeah.
I guess so.
And
Of course,
Hugh Hefner said the greatest invention of the 20th century was Viagra.
Well, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Only thing when I take what's the other one? Cialis.
Cialis.
And they both give me a headache. The stronger one. You get a headache?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
I get
See,
earplugs.
my stuff keeps working at any age. It's like,
That's
we
good,
don't have to
right?
deal with this stuff.
Yeah. You haven't had menopause yet?
Yeah.
And why is it called menopause? Shouldn't it be woman?
It should be women.
In that case, when
yeah.
women go to the beauty parlor, why don't you get a perm? Shouldn't it be called a champ? Don't you go back?
Now we're going to material, aren't we? We're going to
This is material
material.
I haven't been done in a while, and it's good to do material. You got to do something funny.
Gotta have more material. And
This
if
has
you,
been wonderful.
if
The
you have
food is
Netflix
good.
also, check out George with his friend Jerry Seinfeld on Comedians in Cars
Cars
Getting
Getting
Coffee.
Coffee, yeah, do that.
They were at the Pepper Mill, and that was very funny.
Thank you. That was the most expensive one that's been shot. And he's my best friend, and I love him.
Why was
I
it so
listening-
expensive?
How did
Because we
you?
had to come to Las Vegas, and we had to rent
Oh,
the cars.
what
and
kind
we
of
had to
car
do
were you in?
A 1965 Buick Riviera.
Did you have that car? at
My
some
daddy
point?
did. My
You
daddy
did?
did. Yeah.
But wait a second. Isn't it supposed to be driving through like drive-throughs
No.
and getting takeout
No, it's
coffee?
just
No,
there?
no.
Comedians in cars getting coffee.
Okay, but when you go in the Pepper Mill, you're
We
not
didn't
in
say
the
shit
car.
about drive-through.
Correct, you're getting coffee. But guess how they
Not
got
in
there?
the car.
By the car. They drove
Take some
there.
pictures of us.
Heather.
We want to thank Dr. George
All
Wallace.
you and your mind just got up and walked away from me. I'm George Wallace. This is my son, Jeff.
Jeffrey Wallace.
He's a sports expert.
He is a sports expert. And join us again. We're going to, I think we're going to be on Saturday morning at 8 a.m. on NBC Sports Radio 920 a.m. Go to the website, vegasnonstop.com. You can listen to this whole show, and you can hear us on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, and Alexa by Amazon if you've got that. Thank you, Jeffrey with a G, for joining us.
You ready for
you're
Super Bowl
busy.
predictions?
Busy.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sure.
38 to 31.
Not that high scoring. I think it's going to be a lower scoring game. I think the Rams have the kind of pass rush that can give Brady fits, as we saw in the 2 Super Bowls against the Giants that they lost, even though they were the better team. And I think McVay can slow down the Patriots' offense. The question is going to be, how is the Patriots going to do slowing down the Rams' offense? And I think they're going to do a good enough job to keep it close. New England finds a way to win this game. I'm going to say 27 to 24.
So you think 3
total.
points? It's going to be a 3 points?
I think it's a 3-point game down the stretch.
So take that 2.5 points.
And Gostkowski kicks that field goal like we've seen New England do so many times late in the game to win the game, just like the Rams did to the Saints last weekend
Yeah.
with the 57-yarder from Legatron.
27-24.
So, ladies and gentlemen, you got the score. Enjoy the football game, Super Bowl from my hometown, Atlanta. You can call it Wakanda if you like, but it's going to be a great game. Watch, have fun, and enjoy your life. Enjoy your friends. Keep laughing in your life. All that good food. Have a good time. Super Bowl 53 live from Atlanta. We're here, and the game starts now.
Eat well and party hard, my friends. Lala, if you would push that button on the right side. Like us and share us, and like us. Thank you, Dr. George Wallace.
Thank you.